of our friend. Yeah, so yesterday I did the Golden Gate Bridge. So myself, all the kids, the whole family, five of us, we rented bikes and rode across the Golden Gate Bridge, which was amazing. It was a fantastic experience, absolutely unbelievable experience. We had a great family day. But I will tell you this: cyclists are dicks. I don't know if you know this, Lewis. I don't know if you've had much experience with cyclists. Have you?
Not really. They really get into their thing. It's like there's rules and you have to follow their rules. I skateboard in the city and sometimes I'll rent a city bike. But yeah, it seems a little cultish. Why do you think they're dicks? What happened?
Well. So listen. So first of all, I mean, in England, where I'm from, there's lots of country lanes. So I already know that cyclists are dicks because they drive along too wide, and you can't get past them. It's like Jesus Christ, guys, just go in single file, please, so I can ride around you. But they go two by two. You know what I mean? So you can't get past the cyclists. So I already thought they were dicks. And then yesterday, as I say, it's a bike ride at the Golden Gate Bridge. Okay, there's bike rental places everywhere, so it's not like we were on our own. It wasn't like some unique idea that we came up with. It's probably one of the most touristy bike rides you can possibly do on earth. Okay, so there's bike rental places everywhere, and there's thousands or maybe like hundreds of people, maybe thousands, who knows, of people bike riding across the San Francisco Golden Gate Bridge. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but there's also real cyclists that are dicks, right? With all that the equipment and the fancy helmets, and they're trying to go really fast. You know what I mean? And they're getting offended because the tourists are in the way. And at one point we stopped. We were trying to do a family picture on the tried to sort of like do a selfie, whatever. It was a nice spot. And the cyclist was riding up, and he was kind of a big guy, but he was a little bit out of shape. Maybe needs to do some more cycling. And I could see on his face that he was annoyed. As he was approaching, you could see the venom on his face. And he screams at my wife, "Hey, get the fuck out of the way!" And I'm like, "Whoa, what?" And then he says, "Yeah, fucking move. This isn't a public place to stop." And just as it happens, I look down and we're actually stood on a pedestrian crossing. I'm like, "Listen, motherfucker. One, we're on a pedestrian crossing, and two, do not speak to my wife like that." And there were some fans actually at the time trying to get some pictures with me, so they got a little bit of a show. They got a little bit of show. They got a little
Really?
story to tell. Some fucking cyclist got put in his place. I'm just warning everybody. You do not swear at Mrs. Bisping, okay?
Yeah. The only person who swears at Mrs. Bisping is Michael Bisping, you son of a bitches. And if you try to disrespect her in front of him, he will fuck you up in front of his fans.
No, I will not fuck you up. I will not fuck anybody up, but I will use harsh language back at you also, and try and make you feel stupid and demand that you apologize to my
Did he
wife. Which pretty
apologize?
much of course he apologized. I said, "I think you owe my wife an apology, you asshole. Who the hell do you think you're talking to? Just because you're on a bike and you're a really good bike rider. Well, our bike riding is just as important as yours, okay? So kiss my ass."
Yeah.
But no, we are here in San Francisco. It's an amazing place. I love it. I'll be coming back. Last day of the vacation, but we're going to squeeze in a Believe You Me podcast. Once again, I said we won't talk about this, but there was technical difficulties as usual, Lewis.
I don't know what you're talking about. This has been a great
Yeah,
show.
yeah,
We're pre-taping for this afternoon, so you and the family can go have a great day and enjoy your day. It's been perfect. If we're pre-taping and it's not live, we don't have to discuss the technical difficulties because they don't ever need to know. Do you think at fucking UFC on Fox, when a camera goes out, do they come on and go, "Hey guys, we actually started this a half an hour later because a camera went out"? No, they don't give a fuck. They just move on.
yeah. Okay, for all of our fans out there in the UK, I've got an awesome hookup for you. Want a free case of craft beer? Well, as a listener to our show, we'd like to thank you for listening with the help of our friends at beer52.com. Just go to beer52.com/believe to claim a free case. Beer 52 is the world's most popular monthly craft beer discovery club, searching out incredible and exclusive small batch craft beers from the world's greatest breweries and bringing them back for their members. There's a whole world of craft beer out there, and this is your chance to get on board with discovering it. Every month focuses on a new country or theme, and if you sign up now, you'll get a chance to try a case of the best British craft beers as part of their summer banger selection for free, featuring the country's best brewers such as Norah and Monk, Ilkley, Red Willow, and Thornbridge. You'll be able to read all about the beers and learn more about how they're made in the 100-page Ferment magazine included in the box. So number one, as a listener of our show, you can try the first case for free. Just pay $2.95 postage. That's an incredible 8 craft beers, Ferment magazine, and a snack delivered with free next day shipping. It's a no-brainer. 2, there's no minimum commitment. You can just take the free case, try the beers, and see what you think. If it's not for you, you can pause, cancel anytime. Beer 52 has a 5-star rating on Trustpilot, so it's easy to see that their members love the service. So visit beer52.com/believe and claim your free case today. Okay? As simple as that, guys. beer52.com/believe. Get the beer, get the buzz. Okay, we'll move on. We will. And I know you didn't want to talk about this, but I hear that you've got an undisclosed injury, Lewis.
Fine, we're not going to get in. All right, we're not going to get in. First of all, you motherfucker, when you fought GSP and you came with your fucking shitty rib all fucking bandaged up and you're going, ooh, ooh, and ice, what do? We turned the cameras off and I pretended you were eating potato chips because the bag of ice was crinkling on a microphone, you cocksucker. Then I get an injury and the first thing you do, the first words out of your mouth is, I know you don't want to talk about this, but you got a little bit of an injury.
Yeah, but listen, I'm not gonna. It's an undisclosed injury, Lewis, which will be gone by the time the fight comes.
Yeah.
But I just feel it's interesting for the listeners and the viewers to know the hardships of MMA, and maybe we could talk about
That's
that. I don't
true.
want to talk about your injury, Lewis. I don't want to put it out to the world. I don't want to let your opponent know that you've got a couple of injuries, but you've been working hard, you've been training hard.
I'm fine, baby.
And as any MMA fight goes, or fight camp goes, there's a couple of injuries here and there.
They do. And I've had a few. I've had a little bit of a rib issue. My jaw, I got kneed in the fucking jaw the other day, and I couldn't close. I'd close my mouth, and the left side of my teeth would close, and the right side of my teeth were still open. That's not right.
Yeah.
That's not the way it works.
No. But I've had that many times. Many times.
I'm sure.
I think it's just a bit of swelling. Have I ever told the story about the director that I did that to?
I don't think so, no.
Yeah. No, I filmed this movie called The Anomaly with a good friend of mine, Noel Clark. He's very, very talented actor, director, and writer. Kind of a big deal in the UK. And he did this movie called The Anomaly, where I played Sergio, the Russian. And I just had my first eye surgery done, my detached retina. So I was still like kind of assimilating to the vision, if you will. And anyway, I fly out to London, and bearing in mind, Noel Clark, he's the writer, he's the director, and he's the star of the movie. So basically, if this guy goes down, there it is. If this guy goes down, the movie's fucked.
Yeah.
Okay? And we're doing this fight scene, and we're rehearsing. He has an elaborate fight scene. He beats a few of my heavies, and then he comes to me, he throws a punch. All I've got to do is sidestep the punch, grab his hand, give him a punch in the face. One shot, that's it. That's all I had to do. And we rehearsed it a bunch of times, and it was going perfect. But then when we're going live, I want it to look good. I want it to look good, yeah. Right? So he throws the punch, I catch it, and I go, whoa. Oh, shit. I fucking connected. I connected just ever so slightly, just the tiniest little bit. And anyway, he goes down on the floor, and I'm like, oh, fuck. And he lies on the floor, and he goes, foot. Through clenched teeth. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Because I only clipped in the tiniest bit, the tiniest little bit. But Noel was making a big deal out of it. If you watch it, Noel, come on, man. You could have been less of a bitch about it. And he's like, get me an ice pack and whatnot. Anyway, he was experiencing what you experienced. He couldn't close his teeth together.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. It's that'll pass. I get it all. I literally, every good sparring session that happens, I think it's just a bit of inflammation at the back of the jaw.
Yeah,
so
that makes sense.
You'll live, Lewis, you'll live.
Well, the other, another thing, my undisclosed injury. Yeah, dude, it was fucking scary. There's a wrestler in jiu-jitsu class. They bring this wrestler in for me to start learning takedowns with. And when we're just drilling. We're not fucking even grappling. We're not sparring. We're not trying to even submit each other. We're just drilling these takedowns. And I won't say exactly what happened, but I was taking him down. But the way he's fighting,
of course you were. Of course. Come on, you were taking him down.
Well, no, I was doing the drill. It wasn't like I could take him down. This guy's a 265-pound monster. This guy's a real deal wrestler, big fucking dude.
You're training with the big boys, Lewis. You're training with the big boys.
Yeah, and what he does, he's fighting it in a way where he's being aggressive, fighting the drill. And I get you got to be aggressive, but look, whatever happened. And yeah, dude, it's a fucking scary moment where you're like, now I have to figure out how to train around an injury and make sure that it's healing properly so I'm not fucking it up even more. And, so I could actually go into it. It's a whole, I've played like, fucking around playing basketball and football, whatever else. When the point of all of this is to hurt the other person. And when you're training to defend being hurt, you have to really put your body into some real situations. And it's very different. I've never had this perspective on it before. And you have a whole other level of respect for fighters and what they put themselves through on a very high level, because I'm doing it on a very, very, minuscule level compared to what you guys do. I'm only going a couple hours a day. But it's like, you're like legitimately putting your body into a situation where it's getting beat up and you're sort of adapting your body and getting used to being beat up. And that's crazy. When you can forget the fight, forget getting into a cage, what you're doing day in, day out, you're having your body attacked by people who know how to attack your body. And I got to say, a lot of fucking respect. After this whole thing, this whole experience is over, dude, so much more respect than I ever had for fighters before, because it's a fucking really grueling, tough thing.
Yeah, yeah. I think if people experience what it takes to actually get ready for a world class or any mixed martial arts fight, if you're putting yourself to it like you are, if you're really applying yourself, they would have a lot more respect. But that highlights two things. One, you got to trust your training partners. I mean, as you said, you're working out every day, you're training, you're doing moves, you're doing arm bars, you're sparring, whatever, you're drilling takedowns, whatever it is. As you said, these are moves which are designed to hurt or take a person down and just fall into the floor. You can injure yourself. So you got to have a training partner that you trust. And certainly these guys that come into the gym and they want to be a hero and they want to go 110% the whole time, and they want to be a gym hero and show everybody, look at me, look how badass I am. I repeatedly took Lewis down time and time again. Or you see that I was sparring Bisping and he came in and I got the better of him. And it's like, well, listen, I'm just trying to have like a nice little relaxed training session, buddy. I'm not fighting like my world title is on the line or my life depended on it, but these people are. So as I say, you got to get training partners that you know and trust. And secondly, the wrestling. The wrestling is the hardest part. I mean, sparring, you would think is the hardest part because obviously that's the punching, the kicking, all the rest of it, and you're connecting. But the wrestling, man, the wrestling, and it gives me a newfound level of respect for wrestlers, especially with my son being a wrestler and seeing what he's going through. The level of punishment that these bodies take and these wrestlers, these young men and women take on a daily basis is incredible.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing is, I would rather be punched in the face. Dude, 10 out of 10 times, I would rather be punched in the face than be slammed to the mat by a wrestler who really knows how to wrestle. Because it shocks your whole body, everything. And that's, I mean, dude, being punched is like, once you kind of get used to it a little bit, it's not, I mean, look, it doesn't feel good, but you're kind of going in there and it's like, that's part of the fun is like, yeah, you pay for it. If you fuck up, you pay for it and you get hit and it hurts and it's supposed to hurt. The odds or the stakes there, even when you're just sparring and doing a light sparring session, the stakes are so much higher than playing a pickup basketball game on the weekends, where if you miss your shot or you fuck up, oh my God, a ball went through a hoop. Bravo. If you miss, there's a fucking dude who punched you in the face, and it's pretty crazy. But the guys who know how to really wrestle and who just do they get their hands on you and they feel rough and you're like, God damn it, dude. Like it's a scary class of fucking human beings. And this wrestler, he threw me around. So I got to be a little bit more careful in training.